is Crystal Roberts, and I'm here to teach you about setting up your marketplace and next gen campaigns, which will allow you to purchase leads in the future, so that you can sell insurance. That's the goal today. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. It's a very simple process. Both of these things, you should just know exactly what you're doing with it, and hopefully this video will help you. So share my screen and we'll get started. First thing that we're going to take a look at is the welcome email that you received, and it'll say hi to you. Congrats on your state exam. Your office information is here, including the Wi-Fi. You also have your video manager, your agent training system. So in your playbook, you're going to see tons of references to go ahead onto this website and watch the videos. In order to log in, you'll use the personal email that you provided to me when we decided to work together. And you'll also use the password closers 123 exclamation point, and that has a capital C. You'll also have references in your playbook to watch Jordan Belfort videos. So make sure that you are using the Jordan Belfort website here. The login is this email here, and the password is this short, tiny thing. I'd suggest you copy and paste. When you get into the Jordan Belfort video management system, you'll click on My Courses, and then you start with the videos there under Straight Line Persuasion. And like I said, that will be pieced by piece. It'll be laid out for you in your playbook. So you'll just follow directions there. When you set up your VanillaSoft account on day one, you would go to this website and put in your information, and you are signing up under the Jason Greif Region Master account. And then you're going to check your email. There'll be 3 emails to follow after you do sign up. One is your receipt, one is your VanillaSoft login, and then you'll also get an email with your dialer or VoIP line, which is actually what you'll be calling from. So 3 emails from them, and your trainer will certainly help you set that up and get that rolling. The next thing that we want to set up is your marketplace account. So the first place that we'll go to do that is this website here, app.ushamarketplace.com. We're going to create an account by inputting in our information. And on this account, we'll use your future Usha email, even though you don't have access to it just yet. It's going to be first name dot last name at ushadvisors.com. So mine would be crystal.roberts at ushadvisors.com. And once you've submitted that, you let your FTA know that it's been complete, and then we'll send an email to our lead manager, who will then get you access to those leads. Next step is to set up your NextGen account, nextgenleads.com. To create an account, you input your basic information. And again, on this one, you will use the email that the company will assign you here in a few days, which is firstname.lastname at ushadvisors.com. Once you've created that account, you need to make a phone call to customer service at NextGen and ask to be paired to the Jason Greif Master account. When you do that, you connect your account to our master, which allows us to fund the leads and be able to invest in your business moving forward. I'm going to show you quickly on both of these sites how you should set up campaigns in the future so that you know exactly how to purchase the leads that you'll be purchasing. So Lead Arena, Usha Marketplace, that's where we're going to start. Again, that's at app.ushamarketplace.com. Once you've been assigned and set up, you'll be able to log into the account. So if you go to your home screen, it doesn't reflect much, just maybe your spend for the week and things like that in the future. First thing we want to do is set up campaigns. All right, so I'm going to click campaigns here at the top. We're going to create a new campaign. And there are different levels of leads that you can buy, and this system works like a waterfall, okay? So the best advice that I could give you is to always have all of your buckets open to receive leads in, okay? So it's going to start at the top, and we'll call these 1450s. That's the highest level of leads that you can purchase. You can see here they're different tiers, okay? So you have your exclusive leads that are purchased at $14.50. Then the next tier would be your premiums, which are $8.50, semi-exclusives at $5.50, Then you've got your shared at 3, and then you can buy very old aged leads, which drop into like an iSales, which is a system that we also have available for closers in the future. Usually that's after your first 13 weeks, but you could buy aged leads for just 20 cents a pop there. For now, we'll start with your exclusive leads, which is the newest, freshest lead. So when a request comes in online, they're going to come to the 1450 waterfall first. And so those leads are coming in and they've been touched the least. They're the most exclusive. Okay. By agreeing, we agree that we're buying the leads. Okay. No returns. Add destination. This is very important. You want to select your destination and you want to send hot new exclusive premiums in the 550s, the 1450s, 850s, 550s, those all need to be routed to your VanillaSoft so that you can appropriately work them. If you're buying the 30-cent aged leads in the future, that would be better to route to an iSales account, not a VanillaSoft. It will clog up your system because so many of them are coming in so fast. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to set this up. You would choose VanillaSoft Personal. I'm going to choose to set it up to send to my team. But again, you won't even have team option. You should set it up to go to your VanillaSoft Personal. I am going to set it up for my team to go to team. You select personal. Hope that's clear. Here is where you get to choose the states that you're actually licensed in. So then the beginning, the first few weeks, you'll just be licensed in the state of Florida. And as you continue on in your career, obviously you're going to be stating up and purchasing more licenses and getting appointed in different states. My suggestion would be that every time you purchase a state license, the moment you do, you go ahead and edit your campaigns to start purchasing leads in that bucket. What's also very important is that you communicate with the closersregion@gmail.com, which is our lead email domain. And every time you add a new state, you need to communicate that you're selling in that state so that the leads in the system will be appropriately routed to you. In the beginning, when you first start working in the system, you'll be selling in all 35 states. Once you hit and issue and close your first deal, and now you're officially on the boards, you're in that 13-week time clock period after your first new business. We're going to restrict your states down to just what you're licensed in. So obviously, every time you purchase a new one, we'll add that back to your leads so that you're calling the people that you can actually close yourself and that you're licensed in this and appointed in the state with. All right. So for now, we are not currently selling in Arizona. Colorado is a little bit tough, so I'm going to take that out for now. And let's see here. Pennsylvania, we're not playing with too much right now. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Obviously, you would pick the states that you're actually licensed in. I'm going to go ahead and submit this campaign. Now, at this point, I've set it up to what I want to buy, but I cannot purchase until I add my spending period. So I'll go ahead and do that. Add new spending period. Now I'm going to spend up to $100 a day in this lead budget. That's what I would suggest for a starting point for you guys. I'm going to buy leads every day of the week, and I'm going to buy leads at all times. You'll find that specific people are going to tell you that you only buy leads at this time and nighttime and morning time. And listen, a lead is a lead is a lead, and I like them at all times, period. So if you're going to be sitting in front of your system, there's no reason your lead shouldn't be on, because that's what's going to give you the opportunity to close, on top of course, working the system, which has plenty of leads in it as well. 12 to 12. So that's where you can choose specifically when you want the leads to be turned on and rolling. And then lead throttling. This allows your system to only purchase a certain amount in a certain amount of time. So I'm not going to purchase more than 5 leads per minute, because that's as much as I can handle in a second there. Now, you might not want to purchase more than 1 in a minute because you need a full minute to work effectively a lead. That would be up to you. You just don't want to be buying 20 at once and not be able to keep up with them. Okay. So I'm going to save those spending periods. Now that I have my spending periods and my campaign is set up, once I turn them on, I'll begin purchasing leads. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the next one, which I'll call 850s. Select a tier. I'll go ahead and select those premium. I'm going to agree. I'm going to add the destination, which is, again, my team. You're going to choose yourself personally. Click out of there for those states that we aren't necessarily selling as much in right this second. They do change often, the regulations, and our company will pull us out if they feel like it's a hot state currently for regulation purposes. They want to protect us at all costs. So appreciate that. Add spending periods. We're going to add a new one. Again, I'll spend $100 a day. I'll do it 7 days a week. I don't care what time it is. And I won't purchase more than 5 in a minute. I'm going to save that. Let's get it rolling. Okay. Then add, oh, no, sorry. New campaign. Here we go. Let's create the 550s campaign. And I would suggest you go ahead and set up all of these. And then every time you add a state, don't forget to go back in and edit that so that you can get leads in those states. So we'll call this the 550s, semi-exclusives. We agree. You're going to send it to yourself. I'm going to send it to my team. Taking Arizona out, Colorado for now. And we'll take out Pennsylvania. We're going to submit that. We can't start buying until we edit the spending periods. And we'll do $100 a day. And 5. Oh, there we go. Add. Oh, see what I did there? Add new spending period. I didn't mean to. Let's remove it. See that? That's how you would fix that. And let's save it instead. And we'll throw these guys on. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and create new campaign. Select here. I think we need to grab the $3. So we'll do 3s. Perfect. Select a tier. Grab those shared. We'll take it. Add a destination. You choose you. I choose team. Arizona, Colorado, take them out. Pennsylvania, we'll submit that. Add our spending periods. Add new spending period. Now these ones are less expensive. So we'll do $100 a day here. But we'll do no more than 3 leads per minute because these will fill in a lot faster. Save spending periods. There we go. Boom. And turn that on. Great. And then if I were going to set up, like I said, the 30-cent leads to an iSales, you'd simply have that routed in the future. If you want to purchase leads, add credit to where you could purchase, you add credit, and then you would enter the amount. You have a credit card on file. You can purchase leads. Remember, on our team, if you do start purchasing, look at that top left, 550s campaign. Jasmine Woosley was just sold for $550. That routed to the team. If I go to leads here, here we go, vendor Crystal, Jasmine Woolley. There we go. And it's looking like no one's grabbed it yet, but the last lead I bought went to Adrian and then Ashley and then Emily. See that? So what's happening right now is that it's hitting the system and someone will go ahead and grab it off their VanillaSoft, call the lead, and the goal is to close it. Okay, so campaigns are here. If we want to look back at the leads that we've purchased, we can even filter when. Okay. And then here, just so you guys know, is where I'm able to drop money in and fund your accounts individually. Okay. So that's how you set up your marketplace. Once you do have access to it, I suggest that you keep up with it. When they hit your VanillaSoft, make sure you're calling your leads like crazy. All right. You want to make sure that you're calling a lead 3 times the first day, texting them and following up for 7 days consistently after that. Next thing that I'm going to show you is setting up your next gen campaigns. All right. So in order to set up your next gen, which is another lead source, we're going to go back to our welcome email. Again, you would go to next gen leads, create your account, make sure after your account's created, you call and you're paired to us. That way we can fund, right? And then you want to let your FTA know that it's been completed because we'll get in touch with our lead manager to make sure that your VanillaSoft is hooked up and that when you purchase these leads from NextGen, they're rolling into your VanillaSoft, okay? Now, NextGen is here. It's a very similar setup. I'm going to go ahead and create a campaign. New campaign. I'm going to go health insurance, continue. I'm going to personally prefer to buy exclusive leads through NextGen. You could purchase shared, and a lot of my closers have good luck with them. The difference is that the exclusive is supposed to go to just you. Now, being in sales in the industry for a long time, there's no such thing as an exclusive lead really, but they will be a little more exclusive, and there is a little bit of a refund. In fact, they'll refund 30% if they're outside of the filters. If I'm being real with you, you spend all day arguing over the refund of the 30%. You're not going to be spending your time closing. I wouldn't recommend it. A lead is a lead is a lead. You got to expect some to come through bad, some to come through good, and be looking for the good. That's it. All right. So I'm going to show you how I personally set up my NextGens. I'd buy exclusive, continue. And I'm just going to go default campaign. You can go bidding lower on late nights or weekends, sure, but I'd choose default. From there, I get to name my campaign. So I'm going to call this, let's call it 2021 Fire. Save. All right, and here I get to adjust. So my minimum bid, they're saying the minimum bid is $10. You're competing on your bid. So whatever you list to bid doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're paying for the lead, but I'll tell you what, you're not gaining leads unless you're above the $35 range for bid. Now, again, that doesn't mean you're going to pay $35 per lead, but you could. And the leads are going to be awarded to the people that are bidding the highest. So I'd pay $35 for a qualified lead, especially because the average payout on a deal is about $750. That makes sense, right? I only bid on tier 1 leads. I personally don't choose 2 or 3 leads. And then daily budget, sure. You want to throw maybe, $200 as your daily minimum for or maximum, excuse me. And the reason is because if for some reason I'm funding and you don't realize it, and I happen to throw, $500 into your leads, you don't realize it, and it goes and you don't realize you've spent all this money in leads. So let's see here. Got a phone call. Stop the recording. We're back at it. All right, here we go. So the maximum daily budget, if we happen to fund your account, it's good to have some kind of stop loss in case you're not sitting right in front of it. But you certainly want to be conscious of your next gen and making sure that if your leads are on and you're spending, you're in front of your computer selling. Location targeting. So we're going to select that. We can target states by state or actually zip code, which is nice. But I would choose to just stick with the states that you sell in. So here you'd choose, of course, in the beginning, just Florida. But once you're licensed in those states, you can adjust your campaigns. And I would recommend refreshing your campaigns on all of the lead systems, Marketplace and NextGen, every few weeks. You want to keep them fresh and new. We sell in Illinois, Indiana. We do sell in Kansas, Iowa. Indiana is one of my favorites. Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri is one of my favorites. Nevada, Nebraska, Montana, North Carolina. We're in Wyoming and Wisconsin, West Virginia, Utah, Texas, Tennessee. We got some South Carolina. And we'll do Oklahoma, Ohio. So we'll grab these guys, precision targeting. You can filter here what age range you want to buy leads on. I personally prefer someone that's 28 starting point. Now we can sell them at 18, but I prefer 28 because then they've been off their parents' insurance for 2 years and they know how this goes and they don't need mommy to hold their hand. So if I'm going to buy them for a little bit more money, I'd like for them to have a little bit of experience. And I like to cut them off around 56, 57, 58. Personally, just because I find that over 60, you're going to run into few health issues typically, right? So I like this age range, but I also have created campaigns in the past when I'm working on, let's say, my take-in rate, where I just specifically target young, healthy guys, those that jet issue. If I'm having, a couple hits with my take-in rate and I want some small ones that'll go and stick forever, I could target that. Filter by medical conditions. I would recommend certainly clicking every one of these because you do not want anybody with AIDS, cancers, diabetes, stroke, pulmonary disease, and heart attack. If you do get one of those leads after you've selected that, that's when you are able to return them for a potential 30% of your purchase price refund. But they don't do it every time, to be honest with you. So you're seeing here that as I select what I want, right, the percentage of lead coverage goes down, but that's okay. Do not bid on leads that are pregnant. We don't want anything to do with that, and filter by household size. So I'll take you if you're 1, and I'll take you up to, for this campaign, I'm going to go 4, which you see, it does affect my forecasting, but that's okay. And I'm going to go with above a household income of 78,000. That's what I want to touch. All right. And then look what happens here. Quite a big difference. All right. Now, again, if I'm working with a young guy, I might, take a $40,000 budget, but I want to get somebody with high income that's pretty healthy. Campaign schedule. This is when you could choose for when they come in, come off. I would suggest just raising or lowering your bid. I'll show you what I mean by that there in a second. Throttling. We talked about that before, not to purchase, right, more than 5 leads in 1 minute. Lead delivery. This is where we get to choose where we want them to be sent to. We're going to send them to our VanillaSoft. All right. And then add-ons. Here you could choose to have an enable premium listing. Basically, it's $3 to $5. You have to create like a little text and you can. And what it'll do is when the lead is purchased by you, the system will send a little card of your face that you create that will say, hey, this person is going to be reaching out to you. Now, we train most of the agents on our team to do that ourselves anyway. So I would say that $3 to $5 to do that when we're already texting them our business card typically, not necessarily necessary. And I didn't see a huge difference in the business. All right. So I'd probably skip that.